Hi, welcome to day number 23 of the 30-day practice blueprint. We went over a lot of stuff yesterday regarding the EMR. Today I'm going to go over a few things, kind of 80-20ing orthotics. Now, I want to be very clear. I have people that are much better than I am. This is just kind of introduce you to some resources that have helped me in the past, and maybe they'll be helpful to you to give you some of my content. So the first thing with orthotics, I find it's a clear understanding of the patient evaluation. I find x-rays, digital x-rays really give me a lot of leeway for helping to explain biomechanical things. Some things I've learned from other people that know more about them is kind of watch people walk. It's kind of beyond our scope here, but watching them always walk, even taking their cell phones and recording them, and you can show certain gait abnormalities. That's a really good way. I use their phones a lot to watch them walk, have them take pictures of x-rays, have them take pictures of ultrasounds, things like that. They really like to kind of hold on to that, and it prevents us from having any HIPAA breaches because it's their own phone. Another couple of tests I find is the supination resistance test. I'm not going to go into details, but I also do that, and the Hoopshire test, Hoopshire maneuver. When I'm watching them, that kind of helps to explain the kinetics kind of going through the foot. Once again, we're not going to go too much into detail, but it's just a way of kind of explaining orthotics to patients. A couple of tips about orthotics is if you don't offer them to patients, they're not going to get them. Okay, so you have to offer them. I do it within my patient presentation. So basically there's a little box on there that talks about orthotics. Some people like to do over the counter first and then custom. Others go right into custom. We don't have over the counter. We just do right to custom for patients if they need them. I see them yearly for an evaluation to see if they need to be refurbished, things like that. I dispense them, and then I see them 6 weeks after. The dispensing is done by my staff. That's the way I do it. And then they get a little handout. I'm going to give you those handouts that they get. And then I see them 6 weeks unless there's any issues. I kind of talk about in that sheet about how it takes time to break into them. Okay. So those are the big things with orthotics. Yeah, in terms of what lab you use, we do a 3D scanning. We used to use STS socks. We used to use plaster casting. We still do plaster if we're dealing with really, really flat feet. And but I think we do quite a few orthotics. One of my partners does about 40 pairs a month. I know people may do more than that. I don't do as many of that. Basically, just my patient population. I'd love to do 40. If you guys have specific tips that really work well for you and you want to help others out, please put a comment like what works really well for you. And I'm in a place in Massachusetts where they're not covered by insurance, right? So when I do them, everyone's pretty much paying cash for them. And we have care credit that helps them out and different types of things. We don't have a specific payment plan. Okay, let me show you my screen just to show you some resources here. Okay, now I am only picking these because these are things that I actually use. Okay, so here is my buddy Larry. This really helps me. He has a really good way of explaining orthotics. So he's got a lot of videos. I'll put a link to his YouTube page. A lot of good videos. He does a lot of really good marketing and just really explains how orthotics. And if you want to learn someone else's spiel who he probably does more than anyone else with orthotics, maybe others do more than him, but he does a lot. And you can learn how he explains it by just watching these videos. Okay, this is what I would do to start. Okay, if you want to go more technical, here are some lectures from Pro Lab. This is the lab that he helps. Once again, I have no preference. This is just, I'm looking for labs. If other labs had more content, if you work for a lab and you have content, put it underneath here, I can add it. But he has this great lecture on pathology specific orthotics and some of these longer lectures that you might find helpful here as well. There's some lectures here. I'll put a link to that. One thing that I've done is this, it's called Podiatry CPT Academy. This is from Craig Payne. Really great information. I have not had the gumption to go through all like 80 modules here. I made it up to about 13 and then I lost gumption, but I paid for it. So kudos to him that he has this clinical biomechanics bootcamp. If you want to learn more, you can just join this. I'll also put a little link as well. And then finally, in terms of orthotics, I'm going to put a little link. I basically went to my medical record and I downloaded our sheets. So you can see these are the sheets that we give patients how to fit orthotics into your shoes, breaking in your orthotics, why they slip, why do they squeak, general care. Another article on why you need orthotics. This is kind of our philosophy for orthotics. This is an advanced beneficiary notice for Medicare. Here's some information about what orthotics are and what they aren't. And here's a patient acknowledgement and consent form. And here's this is a lab that we used to use. This is their order forms. If you want to kind of see all these things, we have them there. Once again, I think orthotics are the lifeblood of most of our practices if you believe in them, and they're very helpful. If you guys have specific stuff that helps you, specific websites that you can learn more, what my biggest qualm is, and I'm kind of sharing this with everyone here, is there's no, like my lab, they're good, I like them, but there's no great learning opportunity. We're so focused on surgery here. If we want to get really good, we're going to have to go probably to like Australia or some other place to learn about orthotics, because we don't focus as much on biomechanics in our schools. If you guys have great resources for us that are listening and participating, put that underneath here and I can add that to the course. I would love to learn more and kind of collaborate with other people. Okay, once again, I hope you guys found this helpful. And what we're going to talk about tomorrow is, I don't know, because I'm recording this one day at a time. Okay, guys, we'll see you soon. Thanks.